8 inches high by 12 inches deep. What I'd like to do is show you some of the features of the block. This is a front lip system with a built-in interlock, so your setback is already built into your system. Underneath are your pivot notches. This is where it connects to the top of your block, to these pivot keys here and your pivot slots, and we'll show you how that works momentarily. Our other block is what we typically start out with, is a base block, and it's got the same configuration. It's just got more surface. It's easy to start with to give you foundations for step ups, step downs. And when we're positioning these, you'll notice with a lot of systems you may have to remove the wings for a really tight curve, a radius. In our case, you will not have to. So what you do is you just connect the fronts, slide the backs in place, and I like to keep about set that a ½ inch. That'll keep every time. That'll keep a nice consistent radius. We're going to continue this down. We're going to do an inside and outside curve. All our wings are interlocking together. As you can see, we don't have to remove the wings to do interlocking curves, getting ready to set the next course. The next course is where we start showing you how these interlocking lips work. What we call these are pivot keys. This is a pivot slot. You've got a pivot notch underneath it, which you connect to it. So the first pattern I'm going to show you, some people call it run and bond. You take it, slide it into place, and you continue forward with your next one. What I like to do when there's a lot of curves, this is nice, it does a nice radius also, but I really like my curves to be nice and clean. So 1/4 block, and the best way to do that is you just kind of slide it in place where this connects here. See where the interlock connects to the. So you got your pivot key, you got your pivot notches, and your slots. So if you're doing a real tight curve, you have your choice of sliding this into the slot to move it forward without having to modify your block on top or bottom. And that's the whole idea, is not having to, you see how that slides into place? Make sure these are lined up. Forward. This wall is going to have a built-in setback of 6 degrees. These keys can actually be reduced down to size where you move up the block to a 3 degrees. And that's good if you're doing steps. There's no clamps, no pins required in this system. It's a frontal lip system. Everything interlocks together, nice and tight. So you don't have to worry about pins not being added, Any clamps or clips that you need to run out of this here. Set it on top, slide it forward. Gives you enough room underneath to put lights if you want to. Set it on top. And this is going to slide right up into that. It's block. Now you're running a 90. Just like that. Slide this one all the way up. Make sure you've got connection point. Get a nice clean corner. Everything interlocks. Our core bars run through the back, so we have a nice clean face. Showed you how to do a nice curve without any modifications to the block. We showed you how to do the corner. You have 2 small cuts in the corner where you make a nice clean corner, 2 cuts on the front, sides, see underneath there.